Sharing feedback on Compass. Sometimes people who support you when you're making choices don't always know if they're getting it right for you and what's working and what could be better. Compass helps you tell people who are supporting you with your next steps how things are going for you and how you feel about your experience. You can do this from the home page by clicking on the Share Your Experience button. On this page, you have two choices. You can tell them how you feel about the support by using the Share Your Experience button anytime you want. If you have already shared your experience before, you can see the answers you have given using the What You Have Shared Before button. So I haven't shared my experience before, so let's share it for the first time now. This page explains a little bit about how you can answer the questions and what happens to your data, and why sharing how you feel is important. Just remember to be honest and say if things are good or bad. You don't have to answer any questions you don't want to, and all your information you do share is anonymous. That means no one's going to know it was you. So click Continue to move on to the next screen, which will ask you about any additional support need or disability you identify with. There are several multiple choice questions to answer, and it's up to you how you answer them. I'm going to select that I have an additional support need. If you select No to this question, taken straight back to the feedback questions, missing the next part. Compass would like to know how challenging you find your additional support need or disability. I'm going to select a little challenging, but choose whatever suits you best. You can skip this question and any of the following questions anytime you want. On this page, you can choose from one of the multiple choices. You can select as many as apply to you. If you can't find something that applies to you or you think isn't included in the other boxes, you can click and type in the other text box. You can also choose to skip this question, but once it's filled out, click Next, and it will take you to this page, letting you know that you can change these questions and answers anytime you want in your My Account screen from the home page. Again, Compass will explain to you what happens to your data and what happens when you share your experience. Compass uses your data anonymously, which means you can't be identified. And if you want to find more about this, you can click on the privacy notice link here, and it will tell you more about how Compass uses your data. We'll click Continue and go to the feedback questions. We will go through the first screen because the rest of the screens are very similar. Compass now asks you a series of questions where you can provide a yes, a not sure, or no answer to these questions. You can also provide a comment underneath if you want. You must answer all of the questions in a yes, no fashion, but it's up to you what you choose to select. Once you've answered all of the questions, you can click Next to go to the next section. There is sections on planning and decision making, planning your future, gathering information, and advocacy and rights. Once you've finished all the sections, you'll see a thank you screen letting you know your answers have been saved. Again, you can read more information about how Compass uses your data and how to find answers you have given on the What You Have Said Before page. On the What You Have Said Before page, you can review your answers and share them with people you trust. It is saved under the date and the year you completed it. You can click through and then click the drop-down sections to explore more of this in detail. On the top of the What You've Said Before section, you can see I did this on the 13th of July 2022, and here a little summary of my answers. I answered yes to 4 questions, not sure to 7, and no to 5. If you want to look at your answers in more detail, under the different sections, you can click the drop-down arrows, which will tell you your answers to each individual questions, and if you provided any text comments, they would be saved under the additional questions too. Your answers to this will be added to everyone else's answers by Compass and used to provide evidence of why we need to make things better for young people in Scotland when it comes to big changes in their lives. When you've explored this screen enough, You can exit out the screen by pressing the Home button symbol on the top left.